Hey guys, thank you for tuning in for another video. This video is going to be how to say no and want to say no as a beauty entrepreneur. I'm going to kind of share my experience and kind of share some advice as well in the midst of the experience of when you should be saying no and how you need to be saying no. Also, I feel like no is not just for your clients, it is for you. It is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain yourself. It could just be no. Not saying that you shouldn't explain yourself, but I'm saying like you don't have to feel obligated to people to always give an explanation for the way that you're moving in your life and in your industry. So, the first thing I'm gonna say is, baby, get the details. Self-explanatory. Get the details before you say yes to anything. Get the full details. For me, when I was younger, I would say yes based off of a phone call, and it was like when I am not a naive person, but when it comes to jobs and opportunities, I have noticed that that is an area that I am very naive in, because especially like if you talking in a way that's like, okay, this will put me where I want to be, or this is the type of work that I want to do, like absolutely. Now, I'm not saying to say no to free work or to heavily discounted work. I'm just saying that make sure that it's putting you in a better position than what it is, because when I look back 10 years ago, all that stuff that I did not put me in a better position than what I am in now, you know. The next thing that I would say is set a goal for yourself. You need to put a timeline on there. I'm not saying like a month-to-month timeline, but I am saying like put something on there like 2 years to 5 years, 10 years, or whatever, how many years. You can even give yourself a little bit more wiggle room to get things accomplished, because I feel like saying no has a lot to do with the plan you have in place for your career. So it's like if you don't know where you're going or how you're going to get there, you don't know what to take to get there. So it's like anything that come your way, you're gonna go do it. Also, once you make the plan, you have to be so focused and so determined to stick to that plan so that nothing deters you from it. Granted, life be life and sometimes, but we can't allow life to distract us so much that we forget what's in front of us. Like some stuff might detour the situation, meaning like, okay, I could have done this in 6 months, but something happened and now it won't be till a year, or maybe it won't be till 2 years. That's fine. But as long as you still on that, I'm getting this done kind of thing, stay on that. I remember when I was younger and I first got licensed, I kept putting myself in situations, Chad, like situations where like, oh, you get into it and at first you can afford it and then you can't, or oh, you get into it and it's like the environment is just not conducive to productivity, or it's just very stressful, or you weren't supposed to be there anyway, so now you gotta leave again. Like I put myself in a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying, to where I could have just said no. I could have just said no. Like even now, I'm happy that I am mature enough to be able to say no, because now when people are asking me certain things like, oh, I'm about to open up a salon, or I'm about to do this, do you want to, I say, well, if you have this, I can do that, but if you don't, I wish you nothing but the best, and I will let other people know that you have something available for other people who are interested. But that's another thing that leads me into my last point is, once you get a plan, build your confidence to where you can be able to decline opportunities, and you can be able to accept opportunities without self-sabotaging that new opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Also, I would say with that, don't get so much in your head about it, because I do that. That's why I'm telling y'all not to do it. But don't get so much in your head that you talk yourself out of a really good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Or you talk yourself into a really bad situation. So, you know, it could go either way. But I feel like when you build confidence, you can sit there and negotiate what you want. And when it don't happen like that, you get up from that table or hang up that phone or however y'all communicating, and you can feel confident about it that you ain't leave nothing on the table. Because a lot of times, like before I knew how to speak up for myself, I would just take whatever these employers would give to me. And then it's like, but then later when I would voice my concerns, it's like they would give me that look like, girl, you agreed to this and now you got a problem. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'd be mad, but looking back, I was like, I can't be mad at you because it's business. Like, you told me what it was, and for whatever reason, I wasn't paying attention, I wasn't listening that good, or I felt like I needed it so bad that I had to take it, you know? Oh, I know that I said that was my last point, but this is really my last point is depending on where you are in your career and in your life, be careful how you make decisions. Because a lot of the life decisions that I made for my career, I made them out of the place that I was in mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And sometimes when you got bills to be paid, mouths to feed, clothes to be bought, or to try to, you know, stretch out because you can't afford to buy no clothes, sometimes you do feel like I should just stop being picky and take what I can take. I've been there, I've done that. I probably spin the block and do it again. But I'm saying, as far as my career, I know that some stuff I don't have to do. Like, because I do have a full-time job, I don't have to deal with a lot of stuff when it comes to clients. I don't have to deal with a lot of stuff when it comes to employers. I can leave and be okay and still pay my bills, thank God. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, but when I was making those poor decisions, it was because I was in a place where this how I eat, this is how I pay my bills. So you be doing any and everything that you hate doing or that you really didn't want to do, but you like, okay, well, they paying me right now and I need that money right now. And it's just like, no, you don't got to do that. I do believe in having jobs in the meantime, in between time, if you know what I mean. So do your thing. But when you do that, stay focused. And I wish that was something that I had to did when I first got licensed. I wish I stayed focused when I went to get a second job and I couldn't pay booth rent. I wish I would have stayed focused when I would switch salons, because you know why? If I would have stayed focused on the goal, I wouldn't have ventured off and I would have stayed diligent to building my clientele as a stylist versus focusing on a job that's paying me hourly and I know that that's a guaranteed check. I wish I had did that because, you know, everything happens the way that it's supposed to happen. But looking back, I wish I had done it like that, because now the job I have is not really beauty industry related. It's just because it pays the bills. But I'm like, had I stayed focused, I'm like, my clientele could have been paying my bills, and then my little second job could just been my little second job. You know what I'm saying? So that comes to the end of my video. And I hope that you guys have a great weekend. I just came off vacation. That's why I got this tan across my nose. But just, you know, live your best life. And remember that it's you that makes you beautiful. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.